Good morning and welcome to today's Payentry and ZayZoon webinar. I am Dina Garvin-Smart, the Vice President of Marketing for Payentry. Today's webinar is all about earned wage access. ZayZoon is a very well thought of partner who delivers an outstanding product, and for those reasons and more about being established, financially solvent, just a lot of strength, and they employ really great people, and you're going to meet one of them in just a moment. One of the things about earned wage access that I would just like to point out to you is it really does bridge the gap between paydays for people. They sometimes need a little help in between paychecks, and that's where our friends at ZayZoon really do come in. With earned wage access, it really eliminates the need to use a credit card or ask your boss for a payday advance, or maybe forego something that's really important because we simply don't have the money. That's where ZayZoon comes in, and you'll be learning a little bit more about that today as well. So just kind of going on to recap what I just went over, it is a relationship enhancing service. This is for Payentry payroll clients. It is zero cost to the employer. We do not pass along any charges to our clients who wish to make earned wage access available to their teams. It is fully integrated with our Payentry payroll service. There's nothing for you to do other than to say, I want to get started. And you can do that anytime, whether it's today, after the webinar, a week from now, or a year from now, we can help you get started with that at any time. So with all of that, I think I will finally hand over today's presentation to my friend, my colleague, and just a wonderful all-around great person coming to us from the forest of ZayZoon today. Here's Robin Cohen. She is our channel sales representative, and I will turn the meeting over to Robin.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. So today, I did want to go over ZayZoon, give you a high level overview. What is earned wage access? Why is it in such high demand? The benefits for yourself, as the businesses, and also how we're empowering your employees. And then we'll actually give you an introduction into ZayZoon. I'll take you into a demo of the platform. Like Dina said, my name is Robin Cohen. I'm the channel sales representative for Payentry. So I work with all the Payentry associates as well as yourselves, the clients, to make sure you get set up on ZayZoon. This is, I'm live here in Toronto, Canada. My information will be at the end of this webinar, but you can call, text, email. Dina said, it's just clicking get started, and we'll get you set up on the ZayZoon platform. So let's dive into things. So earned wage access, on-demand pay, kind of whatever you want to call it, is allowing employees to access a portion of their earned but not yet paid out wages. There are a lot of earned wage access providers out there, and as you can expect, we're not all the same. So a big differentiator is ZayZoon runs through payroll. As we said, we're integrated with Payentry. We do have policies and limits in place to ensure responsible use that employees the employers do have oversight to help the employees. Because this is a benefit that you're offering your employees, firstly, it's free for all Payentry clients. We are going to show you a little bit further down of how we can help reduce turnover. And for anyone who's currently doing any pay advances right now, we're going to be able to take that burden and the risk off of your plate. So why is earned wage access in such high demand? Well, when we look at this slide, 64% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and this number is across the entire workforce. But we know when we look at certain industries, hospitality, manufacturing, healthcare, those numbers can be higher. The number one thing employees are stressed about, what are we all stressed about, is paying our bills. We all obviously understand, bill day and payday don't typically ever align. And you want to make sure that you have money to last you until that next payday, and it's sometimes hard to stay on top of everything. The unfortunate part is, when employees are stressing about paying their bills, they're not focusing on the task at hand, and that's resulting in productivity loss. Now, why is everybody stressed about their bills? Well, the pandemic, the consequent, worldwide supply chain crisis, along with other geopolitical events, have thrown inflation out of whack, right? This affected prices of virtually all goods and services, making everyday items significantly less affordable. And what's even more alarming is the speed at which prices of food and groceries increase have far outpaced inflation, right? High food prices are felt by everyone, but have a disproportionate impact on the financial situation of hourly workers who generally earn less. I was grocery shopping the other week and I saw 2 bags of chips for like $12. I mean, that's bananas. And even as the markets have normalized, the inflation rate is still significantly higher today than it was in 2019. So take that, we look at this chart from our State of Employee Financial Wellness 2024 report that we did with over 5,000 employees. At the end of every month, almost 30% have a negative $600 in their bank account. And you'll notice looking at this chart that the majority do have, unfortunately, a negative amount, and only about 35% have anywhere from about $10 to $200 left at the end of the month. So employees are not stressed because of lack of discretionary spending. Rather, it's their inability to cover required spending, as we just saw with the increased inflation. A couple other key trends driving earned wages access popularity. We've got multiple generations in the workforce. We need to try and ensure that we're serving all of them, especially when you look at Gen Z and some of the younger millennials. As Alpha, will start to come into the workforce. The convenience culture is strong, right? We've got instant groceries, entertainment. You see something, you want it, you swipe and you buy, it's done. With instant gratification, they also want to see their money instantly. That's a huge, one of the key trends. Secondly, not only is it inflation, but just the sheer number of actual things that you have to pay for, right? It's not just cable, it's Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, internet, cell phone, all these different subscriptions. I'm always amazed, when I do my budget and I see how many different bills I'm actually paying every month. And then lastly, another reason driving earned wages access's popularity are predatory lenders. I mentioned I'm in downtown Toronto. I've seen a lot of these pop up, strangely to me, side by side a lot of the times, or very closely on the same strip of the street. And, it's unfortunate because they know that people need them, they are in demand, and that's why they're there. So why should you offer earned wage access to your employees? Well, we've got some big benefits here. Clients offering ZayZoon have twice as many applicants when posting a job. This means you have a better chance at finding that perfect candidate. And the best part, we actually provide the verbiage for you to post, so you don't need to think about, hey, what should I add to that job posting? We're helping to increase employee engagement by reducing turnover. Now employees can access the money they need, so they're not stressed about their finances at work. And we're helping to reduce absenteeism, both by ensuring that employees have gas to get to work. This is the #1 reason why employees tell us that they use ZayZoon. And because we're offering earned wage access, they're not going to pick up a shift elsewhere in the gig economy. So the benefits for your business, ZayZoon is really 3 offerings in one. So earned wage access is, our main pillar. We have perks to make essentials more accessible. And then our financial wellness offers educational courses and articles covering everything from opening your first bank account to building credit. So how are we helping to empower employees? Again, there's this imbalance for a lot of employees where the bills just keep coming and the money is unfortunately just not adding up. As we all know, credit cards want you to use them. They want you to overspend. They want you to only make that minimum bill payment. Same with banks and overdraft fees. Again, if you're currently, doing pay advances right now, I'm sure you know that it's a huge hassle, not to mention that you're taking on the risk and tying up that cash flow, or going to those payday loans that we know are extortion. The majority of employees would just rather work for an employer who's offering earned wage access when they're deciding between two offers. This could be the deciding factor. And apart from a raise, most employees say that a better benefits package is the #1 thing an employer could offer to keep them in their jobs. Again, this is a free benefit, no recourse for your employees. So why wouldn't you want to offer ZayZoon so you can have happier, more productive employees who are likely to stay? And on that note, I'm going to switch over and take you into the platform. Oh, logged me out a little bit. Okay. So this is the screen that employees will see when they log into the platform. Now, like I said at the beginning, we do have some guardrails in place, so employees are able to access a maximum of $200 a day, up to $1,000 per pay period, and that's 50% of their net pay. So because of the integration with Payentry, we already know all the taxes that are being taken off, if there's any garnishments, anything like that. So this is 50% of their net pay because we still want them to have a paycheck come payday. If we do have an integration with time and attendance, fantastic. If not, ZayZoon, we actually don't need an integration because we do have that integration with Payentry. We have an algorithm that will look over historical earnings as well as some other factors like employment duration, industry, position, etc., to impute what that individual is likely to have earned at any point in the pay period. But as I said, this is a non-recourse transaction, so this is between ZayZoon and the employee. So the employee decides how much they would like to access before payday, and then they have their different wallet options here. Every time an employee logs in, they'll always have the different wallet options available to them. Only 2 of these options do have a fee, so if they need to move money to a Venmo account, paying their hairdresser or whatever that looks like, or to their personal bank account, there is a flat $5 fee per transaction. So if they need $100, they'll have $100 on their Venmo account. They'll see a deduction of $105 on their next paycheck. All the other options are fee-free. So we have our gas card. They actually get $5 the first time they use it, and they get 5% every time thereafter. Again, living in downtown Toronto, I don't actually own a car. The city is very walkable, and I use public transportation a lot. But if I did, I would be using this all of the time because 5% over a year every time I would be filling up a tank. I did some kind of math. I talked to my boyfriend who drives. This could be at least a couple $100 of literally free money every year, depending on how often you drive. So that's one of our fee-free options. The other fee-free option that we have is our gift card. Similar to the gas card, it does have a bonus on there, anywhere up to 25%. So even if you may not need, access to your wages early, but you know that you're going to shop at any of these fantastic retailers, why not come in, check it out? I love going to H&M. If you're going out this weekend, you need a new top, whatever that looks like. If you want a gift card for $50, you're actually going to get a gift card for $54. Emailed to you instantly with a barcode you can use online or in store, and you'll actually only see a deduction for $50 on your next paycheck. So again, these days when everything is just becoming so expensive, it's a really great way to have your money go a little bit further on so many different amazing retailers that we have here. And lastly, the other fee-free option that we have is our Visa debit card. So if employees would like, they can sign up for this card. They'll get an email, again, sent to them instantly with the routing number they can add to their Google or Apple wallet. And then the employee actually receives a physical card in the mail. Again, this is a card owned by the employee. There's nothing that you need to do, nothing that Payentry needs to set up. If the employee loses their card, they're reaching out to Visa for a new card. But if they'd like $100 on that Visa card, it's free for them to move that money over to that Visa card. So those are the 5 different wallet options that we have. Just want to do a quick check-in. Dina, do we have any questions so far?
Yes, thank you, Robin. I do have a question. I actually have 2 for you. One is, how is repayment handled with our payroll process? And you talked a little bit about the deduction from the upcoming paycheck. Maybe you could just expound on that a little bit more.
Sure, absolutely. So employees have the activity section here. They can come and see anytime they've taken a payout, when it's repaid. All repayments are handled automatically via the API integration between Payentry and ZayZoon. So again, there's no administrative burden that you need to do, nothing that the employee needs to do. And this is between the employee and ZayZoon. So, and I know this is a question that we usually get, if an employee quits or is let go, in California, I know that you have to provide that last paycheck within 24 hours. A lot of times it is that paper paycheck. If ZayZoon breaks from payroll for any reason, this is, again, between ZayZoon and the employees. So ZayZoon will send that, employee, hey, Sarah, you have an overdue balance of $450. Here's the Stripe link. Please pay us back. Most employees do because they want to use this at their next place of employment. If they don't, we're not taking them to collections. We're not dinging their credit score. We're going to send more than one email. But at the end of the day, that would be a business loss on ZayZoon. We're not coming to your clients. We're not coming to you because I don't think you'd want to work with us if we did that. So this is, again, it's between ZayZoon and the employee.
Thank you. I have another question for you. Here we go. How do you calculate the amount an employee is allowed to access? Would you please just maybe give us a little more detail on that again?
Sure. So I'll go through again that My Balance section. So if we have a connection to a time and attendance platform, fantastic. So then this would be those specific, clock in and clock outs from that platform. But if not, we do have an algorithm. So that will look over historical earnings that we receive from payroll. It also looks at a couple other different points, employment duration, industry position, et cetera, to impute what that individual is likely to have earned at any point in the pay period. So if I'm an hourly worker and we're Tuesday and let's say it's weekly pay, how many hours, how much have I typically earned on a Tuesday if payday is on Friday? And that's what would show up here as my available balance.
Last question, unless something else comes up, can we monitor or track usage from our employees who use ZayZoon?
Yes, so I wasn't going to go into it, but again, I'll share my QR code at the end. Feel free to book some time in with me. We do have an employer portal where there's lots of additional resources for yourself, the administrators of the account, and you can definitely see, how many employees are using this, what the usage is, all that kind of good stuff. We've got reports there as well. So I, would definitely love to take them into that in a separate call.
Thank you. I have one more follow-up question from Jennifer. She is asking, is it just the one gift card or do they get a new gift card each time? So if I'm always using like a Chevron gas card or something like that, is that card reloaded every time I advance on my wages, or do you send me a new one?
Sure. So the gas card, it is an email that's sent to you. It's a barcode you take into any gas station that accepts MasterCard. So that kind of would, just add on to, if you didn't finish that gas card before, it's adding on to the same one. For the gift cards, it would just be anytime you're going in, you can choose that gift card. And anytime employees come into the ZayZoon app, they have the ability to choose whatever wallet option they need that day. So if today you need, gas money, but tomorrow you're going to Papa John's and you want to treat everyone, get a little bit of, bonus there, you can choose that gift card. The gift cards are typically just emailed out. I think we can get a physical copy, but it is emailed to you with a barcode that, you can use online or in store.
Thank you. I think that's really important to know. I appreciate you clarifying that. I have one new question from Jamie. Jamie comments, this seems like a great benefit, but I can see where an employee could get stuck into a perpetual need to use the funds before payday. What are the potential downsides of using this program?
Right. So again, that's why we are very cautious of only allowing employees 50% of their net earned wages. So even if they are accessing, pay beforehand, they're still going to at least have a 50% of their paycheck come payday, because otherwise you really are just a payday loan, giving them their whole paycheck before payday. With ZayZoon, we do have, those restrictions in place because we don't want them to access all of their money and then Friday comes or whatever payday is and they have nothing. The other thing that I'll get into is the financial wellness piece, right? Because we do want employees to leave ZayZoon better than when they started with us. So if employees want, they don't even need to use, the earned wage access piece. They can come over here, they can connect their bank account to the platform. They can check and see, where are you spending rent versus utilities, car payments, transportation, entertainment, whatever it looks like, to see maybe you're spending a little bit too much in one area. We have a low balance notification that you can put on. I do this on my own personal account because I do have, my cell phone bill and certain bills coming out throughout the month. Like I said, payday and bill day never align. I would much rather spend $5 to transfer money into my bank account so I don't go into overdraft. I don't have a late bill fee that I have to do. I have to redo that bill payment. So that's a really great way to help employees as well. And then the financial education piece. So this is on the Enrich platform. Again, free for any employees to use. They're not going to get asked to sign up for a credit card or talk to a financial advisor. There is a short, little quiz that they can do at the beginning, not a quiz, an assessment, to understand where are you in your financial journey. And then it recommends courses based on that. Or you can just come in here. Sorry, it's always a little bit slow when I'm presenting. Budgeting. To me, budgeting is so very important. This is a quick 15-minute course. I've done some, digging on my bank's website, and they have courses, but they're 2.5, 3 hours. I'm not gonna watch that. Let's be honest. 15-minute course, very digestible, 7 minutes of on-demand video. We've got exercises, quizzes, and the employees actually get a personalized action plan at the end of it. So this is a really great way, again, to help your employees understand a little bit, hey, if you're always taking payouts, maybe you need to, create a budget. What does that look like to help you with your finances? While I'm in here, I'll just mention this app and the ZayZoon app is available in English and Spanish. We've got support available in English and Spanish. So if you do have any employees that speak Spanish, we also have French as well. They can use the app and get support in the language that they prefer. So the other part, I know we kind of went all over. We've got the earned wage access part. We've got that financial wellness piece. And then we also have the perks, which is one of my favorite pieces of the ZayZoon platform. And this is fantastic, even, for talking to some of those small businesses, even a sole proprietor, even if you have 1 or 2 employees, are you offering them anything other than compensation? Employees can come in here and just look at the perks page. So we've got a lot of great perks in here. We're always looking to add new ones. Column tax is a new one that we added. It's free for anyone who's using Payentry or for using ZayZoon this month. To file your taxes for free, it will be $25 after February 28th, but we can definitely get you set up before then, so feel free to reach out. The other big one I always like to mention on here is the CleverRx card. So whether you are offering any medical benefits to your employees or not, employees can come in here, they can grab the card, they can save up to 80% on prescription medication. And this is, again, really where you're showing your employees that you care about them, right? You're offering them all these great benefits. And again, for yourself as a business, this is free for you to offer them. So that's the platform. If employees do have questions, they can't log in, or there might be, any mishaps there is a chat feature in here that they can go in, speak to our customer care support, or they can also email our customer care as well. So you don't have to be experts in the ZayZoon app. You don't have to go back to Payentry. We take care of all of that for you. Again, kind of, a big overview, like I, talked about at the start. If employees do need access to money, if you're not offering access to their wages, before payday, they are going to go to a payday loan. They are going to use their credit card that has high fees. They are going to go into overdraft. So this allows employees to access wages they've already earned, just not been paid out for just yet. And like I said, we find that employees are typically using ZayZoon for those times in between paychecks. They need to get gas, they need to get groceries, or top up on some unexpected medication. We just got a report the other week that the last quarter, the average, payout for employees was $94. So they're really not accessing a huge portion of their wages. They're not maxing out at that $1,000. Like I said, gas is the #1 reason why employees are using ZayZoon to get to work. We always disclose the cost of these programs upfront to customers. There are no tips or any other additional fees. The only two with the flat $5 fee is if they need to move money to their bank account or to a Venmo account. When we look at the perks, again, all the perks are available to all employees. We're always looking to add new ones. Again, anyone can access those perks even without taking a pay advance. And then the financial wellness piece. So over 80% of employees want their employer to they think they should be investing in their financial wellness and literacy. And while employees want that financial literacy, they're not always apt to go and sign up for a program on their own. When you're already looking at your paycheck, this is a really great place to get started. So the ZayZoon Advantage, again, this is no cost for you as an employer to offer ZayZoon. The employee only incurs a fee if they transfer money to a Venmo or bank account. We work with everyone as long as you're paying one employee, up to thousands. We can support hourly, salary, and 1099s. Yourselves, like I said, as the administrators and your employees will receive support from real ZayZoon employees. All of our customer care agents are actually full-time employees of ZayZoon across Canada and the States. They're extremely passionate and knowledgeable about what they do, and always trying to help the customers on the first call. And we are SOC 2 certified, very proud of the level of security that we provide. So why ZayZoon? Well, we are trusted by a lot of different industry leaders. Again, hospitality, healthcare, QSR are some big areas that we're in. But I also wanted to bring this back to, a recent client that I spoke to who mentioned that they were looking for earned wage access to stay competitive in their industry. And this is definitely becoming an area that a lot of clients really need because the employees are looking for it. The client loved that there was no administrative burden to offer this benefit, especially including that Visa debit card. And with our support of emailing employees, links to register, offering posters that he can put up to share with this, we're helping make him look like a rock star for his employees. So really fantastic, share that we have. I know that we're going to send this out, but if you want, you can scan this code right now to get set up on a call with me. The person who was asking about monitoring usage would definitely love to take you, into that Employer Connect portal. I'll gather some more information, answer any questions that you have, ensure we have all the materials that you need to launch ZayZoon. And like Dina said at the beginning, that's really it. It's very quick to get started. If I talk to you this afternoon, it's very likely, you'd be set up by the end of the week. So very fast.
Two more questions, Robin. Two more. Sure. Yes, thank you. Again, from Jennifer, is this web-based, or is most of the communication with ZayZoon through an app or the barcodes and emails?
So communication is either through the app, and for employees that are having any issues, that will be the fastest way, because that way the client care team will actually see their own instance of ZayZoon. We do have email as well that they can write into. We've found that, if you're talking on the phone, you can only talk to one person at a time. So we found that doing it more web-based can actually help support more employees at once.
Excellent, thank you. And just to circle back, another question about, okay, I want to get started. I'm going to be set up and ready to go by Friday. How do I communicate that to my employees? I've got like a couple hundred employees. Does ZayZoon help me launch that to my team?
Yeah, great question. So we can actually send out emails to your employees. The only caveat I would say is to make sure your employees know, hey, we've got this new great benefits plan. You're going to get an email from ZayZoon on Friday or Monday or whatever that looks like, because it does come from a ZayZoon email address. If they don't know it's coming, they're probably going to trash it. But we can send out those emails. Again, we have, a SMS text set up that if they want to send that out, we don't text right now. But if the employer wants, we do have a template that they can use. We also have posters that we can send out to them, again, with a QR code on them. Door decals, depending on what the employer needs. And that's why it's always great, for me to chat with them, see what they need to get set up. But yeah, we definitely help spread the word to their employees to make sure they all know about this fantastic benefit.
Excellent, thank you. That's all the questions that I have.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Robin. I know that everybody, including myself in today's webinar, really appreciate all of the content that you covered. Again, I just reiterate, if you do want to chat a little bit more about our partnership with ZayZoon and giving your employees earned wage access, reach out to Robin. You can reach out to her directly. You can also reach out through the Payentry website. Thank you so much for all of your time. Thank you, Robin. You're a great presenter. We are very excited about our ZayZoon partnership, and we wish everybody a great rest of your day and week ahead. Thank you.